Hello and welcome to Arnie's Short Stories. I hope you enjoy this story. I'm going to try and upload a new story each day. The Whispered Will. Chapter 1. The Echo of a Voice. The drawing room of Withington Manor smelled of polished oak and tension. Holly Arnold sat quietly in the corner, her sharp eyes scanning the faces of the gathered family as Mr. Jenkins, the lawyer, adjusted his spectacles and pressed play on an old-fashioned recorder. A frail, trembling voice filled the air, Elena Worthington's voice, dictating her final will just days before her death. To my son Richard, she rasped, I leave my countryside estate. The family shifted uncomfortably. To my daughter Margaret, my Dewey. Whispers rippled through the room. Strange words. Odd bequests. Holly, barely 20, wasn't part of the family. She was there as Mr. Jenkins's apprentice, a role she'd taken to hone her knack for noticing what others missed. The recording droned on, leaving most of Elena's fortune to a distant animal charity. Richard's jaw tightened. Margaret frowned. Thomas, the nephew, muttered something under his breath. Holly leaned forward. There it was, a faint hitch in Elena's voice, a phrase that didn't fit. I feel like a bird in a gilded cage, unable to fly. Why say that in a will? After the reading, the room buzzed with discontent. Holly lingered by the doorway, catching Richard's hushed words to Margaret. She wasn't right in the head. We'll fight this. Margaret's reply was softer, uncertain. Holly's pulse quickened. Something was wrong. Chapter 2. Shadows on the Tape. Later that evening, Holly sat in Mr. Jenkins's cluttered office, the recorder whirring again. She listened intently, her fingers tapping the desk. Elena's voice wavered, but there beneath a subtle rustle. Breathing. Movement. She replayed it. Yes, someone else had been in the room when Elena dictated her will. But who? Her mind snagged on those peculiar phrases. The bitter toxins. They weren't random ramblings. Elena had been sharp-witted even in illness. Could they be clues? Holly scribbled them down, her thoughts racing. She needed to see Elena's room. The manor's upper floor was dim, the air heavy with dust and secrets. Elena's bedroom was untouched since her death, a four-poster bed, a clotted vanity, a faint medicinal scent. Holly rifled through drawers, her fingers brushing a leather-bound diary. She flipped it open. An entry from 2 weeks ago. The tea tastes wrong, bitter. I trust no one now. Another. Days later. My body weakens. I must act. Holly's breath caught. Poison. A bottle of pills sat on the nightstand, half empty. She pocketed it. Evidence. Chapter 3. Voices in the Dark. Midnight draped the manor in silence. Holly crept downstairs, drawn by a flicker of light from the kitchen. Voices low, urgent, drifted through the crack in the door. She pressed herself against the wall, listening. Did you see Master Richard that night? Oh, with a vial. He looked scared. A vial. Poison, perhaps. She edged closer, peering inside. 2 maids stood by the stove, their faces pale. We can't speak of it. They fell silent, and Holly slipped away, her mind a whirlwind. Richard. She needed more. The next day, she cornered the family doctor in his office. Was Elena poisoned? He blinked, startled. Her death seemed natural, heart failure. He hesitated. I could test her blood. Holly nodded. Do it, Chapter 4. Elena's will nagged at her. That line about Richard's antique clocks, especially the one with the broken hand, pointing to the truth. Holly found them in the study, a dozen ticking relics. One stood out, its minute hand frozen at 3. She twisted it, and a click echoed. A hidden panel slid open, revealing a folded letter. If you read this, Elena had written, I am gone. Greed festers in those I love. Holly's fingers trembled. The emerald necklace. She found Margaret in the parlor twisting the necklace absently. Holly asked. Margaret shrugged, handing it over. The emerald gleamed, heavier than it looked. A locket. Holly pried it open, a tiny key in a scrap of paper. The library hides it. Chapter 5. The locked drawer. The library smelled of old books and wax. Holly scanned the shelves, the key cold in her palm. Elena's desk loomed in the corner, a locked drawer taunting her. The key fit perfectly. Inside, a second will written months earlier split the estate evenly with a chilling note, any who harm me forfeit all. Beside it, a letter, Richard grows desperate. I taste poison in my meals. This falsehood is my trap. Holly sat back, stunned. Alina had known. She'd dictated to the fake will, embedding clues to expose her killer. Chapter 6: The Reckoning. Richard stood by the fireplace when Holly confronted him, the real will clutched in her hand. He poisoned her. His eyes narrowed. She held up the letter, recounted the servant's whispers, the diary, the vial. His composure cracked. Aye, they had debts. She wouldn't help by just hasten things. Richard was led away, head bowed. Margaret wept. Thomas stared in disbelief. The real will was read, Alina's true wishes honoured. Holly stood outside the manor as dawn broke, the weight of her discovery settling in. Whispers had guided her, Alina's, the servants, the truths. She smiled faintly. Detective work suited her. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this story. Please don't forget to like, and even better, like and subscribe. Thank you very much, and I hope you have had a great day.